When your duties at work interfere with your religious beliefs or practices, your employer must accommodate you unless it will significantly burden them to do so. What qualifies as reasonable accommodations that won't burden the business will vary depending on the company. But common examples of accommodation for religious purposes would be allowing an employee to take the Sabbath off or wear a headscarf at work. Concerning reasonable accommodations, it's the employer's responsibility to show that what they offered was, in fact, reasonable. It's also on them to prove that certain requests would place too large of a burden on the company if they decide to deny them. If you've been discriminated against or harassed at work for religious purposes, speaking with an employment law attorney is essential. The law protects members of organized religions like Judaism, Islam, or Christianity, along with other sincerely held moral, ethical, or religious beliefs. Arizona and federal law both forbid employment discrimination and compensation, firing, hiring, job assignments, and more. Also, employers may not force their employees to participate in religious behaviors at work as a condition of their job. Religious-based discrimination may include offensive comments, but an isolated offhand comment or one instance of simple teasing might not qualify. Harassment crosses the boundary and becomes illegal, however, when it's severe or frequent enough to result in the employee being penalized or causes a hostile environment at work. Keep in mind that a discussion about religious ideas at work may not count as harassment unless it's unwelcome. As an employee or applicant who wants accommodation for your religious practices, you must tell your employer about it. If a solution for your request isn't immediately obvious, the employer should communicate with you to find one. If they ask you for additional information for the purpose of evaluating your request, you should provide what you can. For example, if you mention that you need to change your schedule to fit your daily prayers, they can ask you about the duration and time of your prayers to determine whether they can accommodate you. If you've been on the receiving end of discrimination or harassment for your beliefs at work, a lawyer may be able to help you hold them accountable. Keep in mind that they must attempt to make reasonable accommodations and aren't allowed to retaliate against you for requesting the changes. Our employment law attorneys are experienced in negotiating resolutions and can help you figure out where to go next. Call our employment law team at 480-485-4285 to discuss your case today.